Okay, guys, so more news to come out from Netflix, because Netflix seems to be, like, trying to reel from, Disney soon to be pulling out from their deal with Netflix. And, yeah, it looks like they're going to be standing on their feet for a while, because now they've announced a new animated series coming directly to them, and that is Transformers: The War for Cybertron trilogy. Which, I think was the same title as that god-awful Combiner Wars storyline, now that I think about it. I think it was the same name, wasn't it? Or was it the Combiner Wars trilogy? I can't remember, but all I remember was that was not that great. That Machinima series was not that great. Aside from having some really cool voices, not a great story. Anyway, so yeah. This is a new Netflix Transformers series that will be exclusive on that on their streaming site, and will focus on the rise of the Autobots and the Decepticons. Basically, this is the origin of the war. Something I think we've kind of wanted for a while, and what the new the new Transformers comics from IDW will be featuring, more or less. That will be the main focus of the story in the IDW comics, is how, life before the war and it building to the Cybertron war. So it looks like it's going to be following a lot of that inspiration, which is cool. I'm always down for it. I'm always down for more lore and background on Cybertron. It's really cool to see that they're really seeing that, it's not humans people care about, it's the giant robots fighting each other. That's what they really want. That's what they've always wanted from Transformers. So, yeah. And the Cybertronians are have way more character development than the humans anyway. So, why should I even care about humans at all when these robots can act human enough? So, yeah. So let's talk about this for a second. Now, we don't know how long this is. I would imagine if it's going to be called a trilogy, I imagine it's only going to be 3 seasons long. But then, to be fair, Voltron said it was only going to be 6 seasons long, and then they divided it up to 8 seasons. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I don't know the animation studio. It didn't say anything about the animation studio from what I saw of the news article I read. But what it did say was that this was coming in 2020, so next year, be prepared. I think they said summer of 2020. They said that was when it was going to premiere. So, cool. I was kind of like, you would think that this would be like 2021, but no. Have it next year, next summer. That's like a hop, skip, and a jump away at this point. It's really a hop, skip, and a jump in terms of Netflix and how their animation department works sometimes, because sometimes it does take a while. So I'm really happy that, this got announced, and that Hasbro is really branching out. I love how they're really branching out. The other thing I want to mention is that they did not talk about a voice cast yet, which I imagine they probably will come Comic-Con. I imagine they'll probably do a little more expose on this at Comic-Con, if not, like, the San Diego Comic-Con at least. But I've got a feeling they'll expand more of this when Netflix has their panel at Comic-Con. Or the Transformers panel, if there is one from IDW and or Hasbro at Comic-Con. Although they do have Hasbro does have their own Comic-Con, so they have Hasbro Con, so I would imagine that they could easily announce that there as well. So yeah. So voice cast-wise, I think it's safe to say Peter Cullen will be voicing Optimus Prime, because who else can voice Optimus Prime? Well, there is of course the actor, I can't remember his name, but the actor who voiced Optimus from Optimus Primal, and then all the way to Optimus to the to the Transformers Cybertron series. That voice actor, he could easily be Prime as well. But let's face it, it's gonna be Peter Cullen. It's 99% sure it's gonna be Peter Cullen. Let's not kid ourselves. The other voice actors, it's hard to say who could voice the other who could be other voice actors. I think it would be kind of cool to get a lot of classic voice actors back, but I sincerely doubt that, because aside from Peter Cullen as Optimus, there's no real, like, set voice actor list. Like, I would love, like, even Frank Welker as Megatron is kind of is up for debate, really. Like, because it depends on how much Frank Welker works. You know, he's a busy man. He's a busy voice actor. Probably one of the busiest. So it's kind of difficult to say. But if we couldn't get, you know, if we could not get Welker, which would be a shame, I think it would be kind of cool to get Fred Tatasciore, who most of you guys would know Fred as he's voiced Hulk, he's voiced a ton of characters, but he has voiced Megatron in the past. He actually voiced Megatron in in War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. Yeah, I think he did both. Yeah, he did both. So yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to see, you know, Fred Tatasciore as a, you know, replacement, or David Kaye. David Kaye is another one, but I don't know if we'll get David Kaye. That's another, you know, that's another one up in the air. And you probably thought, well, why'd you pick Tatasciore over Kaye? Because Kaye is like the second most known Megatron voice. Why did you not choose him? Well, I didn't choose him because I think Tatasciore can be menacing and brutal at the same time. But if you want to go, because this is a Megatron Rise, this is kind of like a, you know, how Megatron became the way he is. I think it would be kind of cool also if you could get the, you know, Megatron from Transformers Animated. I'm forgetting the voice actor's name. I think it was the same guy who voiced Shockwave. Oh, why am I so bad at names? Why am I so bad at names? So I think that's I think that would be kind of cool. Everyone else, it'd be hard to debate. I'm pretty sure also we're going to get Windblade in this animated series. Would not put it past them to put Windblade. And I like Windblade. I actually really dig Windblade as a character. I think she's really neat. She's been definitely a cool addition to the Transformers IDW line. And, of course, they couldn't wait to put her in Cyberverse. And I think they put her in Robots in Disguise. Yeah, she was in Robots in Disguise first and then came to Cyberverse. So I think she was started out as a comic book character and then transitioned into a fan favorite. So I think Windblade is definitely a character that would probably be on the main cast on the Autobot side. So I think that's really cool that, you know, she's getting a lot of attention. She's getting so much attention as that character's getting so much attention. What else did I want to talk about with this? It also makes me wonder of how much, you know, how dark is this show going to be? You know, we do have a kids show with Cyberverse, but I don't know how long that's going to be around. So it makes me wonder of how much, how far are they willing to take this? Because you can get dark with Transformers. You really can get dark with the Transformers franchise. It's not hard to do that at all. So it makes me wonder of how far they're willing to go as a series to, you know, how far are they willing to push the envelope. Netflix has been known to push the envelope. Even in Voltron, it got kind of really like, wow, they really went there. So I think it'd be kind of cool if this wasn't an all-ages show, because we do have an all-ages Transformers show with Cyberverse at the moment. So, yeah, I think they should give them a little more element to go a little darker. I'm not saying, like, blood and swearing all the time. I mean, they only bleed Energon, so, you know, it's not really a problem. But, yeah, to deal with more darker elements, I think this show would be, you know, could easily do that in that regard. So, yeah, I think they should have the opportunity to go a little darker. I mean, they've shown they can break boundaries with Castlevania and some other shows that are coming our way, like the Pacific Rim animated series and what have you. The animation department, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be CGI. I've already resigned myself already that this is going to be probably a CGI animated show, because I sincerely doubt they'll shell out the budget for a 2D Transformer show these days. Just saying. But that's just me, though. So you guys tell us in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Netflix Transformers show, War for Cybertron? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Who do you think the voice cast will be? Do you think they'll get, I think it's, again, safe to say Peter Cullen's going to be in the show, but who would you want as voice cast for each Transformer, be it Autobot or Decepticon? And yeah, if you're new, as always, thank you once again for helping us get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you're new here, remember to Hulk smash that subscribe button and be a part of Earth's mightiest subscribers. I am DPZ, and on behalf of everyone else here, we will see you next time in the Youniverse.